In today's world of mergers and acquisition, it is not easy to spot an independent watchmaker in town. Therefore, Oris occupies a special place in the Swiss watch industry as being an independent watchmaker since 1904. Another attribute of Oris lies within their original design language, with the big crown pointer date taking the lead in this category, and has been doing so since 1938. And of course, today we'll be looking at one example from this family, the 40mm blood red dial on a bracelet, so let's jump right into it. Despite having a semi-vintage look to it, this big crown does not feel flimsy or fragile. In fact, the case is well constructed with fine brushing on the top of the lugs and excellent polishing on the case side that is almost distortion-free. Having owned multiple watches in this price range from both the Swiss and the Japanese counterpart, I have to say that the polishing here far exceeds anything in this price range. The lugs curve down significantly from the top, making it sit well on your wrist. At the tip, Oris has given it a sharp cut to control the lug-to-lug distance. Overall, the watch is very simple with no beveling to be found, but it is highly executed. Onto the bezel. Arguably, this is the most distinguishing feature of this watch. The bezel is a coin-edge design that is also repeated on the case back. This also ties in nicely with the coin edging found on the big crown, that is of course significantly bigger than any other watches in my collection. One more thing, the crown is signed. Take that, Japanese watch brands. Onto the bracelet. Again, the design is very vintage. However, the execution is top notch. This is a bead of rice style bracelet with 7 interlocking link pieces. The interlocking piece alternate between polish and brush, giving it a sophisticated look and beautiful light play. The end links are female, ensuring that the bracelet drops down nicely from the case and hug your wrist. The bracelet also has a sharp taper from 20mm at the lug to around 16mm at the clasp. The clasp is signed with the Oris logo and features a double push deployment mechanism that feels robust. The swing arm is milled, as they should be at this price point, and 5 adjustment points can be found on the clasp, allowing you to fine-tune the fit. Onto the dial. This oxblood red dial is beautiful and unique. Not something you find often at this price range. However, it does not pair well with most outfits. So if you're picky about pairing your watch to your outfit, you might want to look elsewhere. Or look at the blue or the grey dial instead. But for me, I don't care. I wear this with anything and everything. That is how much I love this watch. The dial features no applied elements, only sharply printed numerals and text. The outer ring features the date, the second ring features the minute track and the loom, and the third and last ring features the stylized hour markers. Oris logo sits at the top and big crown moniker sits above the 6 o'clock marker. Being a pointer date, the dial is very symmetrical but receives an additional hand that points to the date. The tip of the date pointer is a brighter shade of red, but it does make it a bit difficult to read what it is pointing at. Couple that with the fact that the sapphire crystal here is domed and curves into the case, the edge of it reflects the surrounding, making it hard to see the date printed on the edge. The hour and the minute hands are cathedral style, just like the one found on the Alpinist, and the second hand is a needle style with an oval counterbalance. The polishing on all hands are beautifully done, well deserving of the asking price. The watch at retail comes in at around $1,800. There are a lot of competition in this price range, but not many will give it a run for its money except for the King Seiko that was recently launched. However, that one is about $200 more expensive, and where I live, I cannot get a decent discount on it anywhere. And the movement in that watch is most likely worse than the one found in this watch. So with discount, bringing this down to about $1,200, it is the real king. Moving on to the dimension and movement within this watch. This watch has a diameter of 40mm, thickness of 11.7mm, lug width of 20mm, and a lug-to-lug of about 48mm. The movement within this watch is called the Oris Caliber 754, which is actually a modified version of the Sellita SW200 that features 38 hours of power reserve, beats at about 28,800 vibrations per hour, and is adorned with 26 jewels. On the wrist, it sits beautifully and will fit most people, due to its reasonably short lug-to-lug distance. The big crown is also very well positioned. It does not protrude below the case back and does not extend out too much, therefore it does not dig into my wrist. Overall, this old dog still got its bite. It is a well-positioned watch within the price range with excellent execution, great heritage, and a timeless design. Highly recommended. If you are looking for something a bit more versatile though, go for the other color variants. Stay tuned for my next video and don't forget to like, subscribe and share this review with your friends. Follow me on Instagram and see you next time. Peace.